What's happening, everybody? I just want to show you a very, very good heat press that's affordable, that you can pick up for pennies on the dollar. I mean, literally, it's a good heat press. So give me a second to put my phone down. Actually, I do have my stand with me, so that can help. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my earphones plugged in, and I think that they should be. What are we working on today? Okay. Besides the heat press that I want to talk about, um, let me see if I have a way to change the orientation on this, and I guess I don't. So I could just simply, in theory, put you all right in my, and you're perfect. Hi, how are you doing? Today we're talking about a heat press. I have a couple of them. I have a 6-station here, a 2-station there, a 2-station there, a 2-station there, and we have 15 of these heat presses that we're just kind of rolling out. But I just want to talk to you all about these heat presses, and why in the world for I think they run about $2,000 is all. And for $2,000, it's like, golly, you can buy a dual station heat press that's air controlled. So hold on a second. I just want to plug up. Many of you already know how my phone will die on me in the middle of a live. And then you kind of know what happens when your phone dies, right? It gets tied up in a long delay on TikTok. I got you guys just a little crooked. Please don't despair. How's it going out there in the t-shirt world? It's Brother Ern. And we're going over these two heat presses right here. They're a little different. And so let's talk about this, right? You can get these on Amazon, right, for pennies on the dollar. Say we need to go back and change directions. They're automatic. And, I sure wish I had another station, but hold on a minute. We'll see if I can't get a table or a stool. Give you guys a tour of this, all right? So we'll put this back over here. Thanks for hanging on. Cool little heat presses that you can get for $2,000. So you're not having to do the same method of swinging over one way, swinging over next. What am I trapped on down here? Sitting over there fighting with that, right? Cool little heat press with accompanied laser lights. We'll put this on. Has good temperature control, timing control, whether or not you want to go to manual or automatic, right? You can do either or simply by pushing this. When I do this right here, I'm in manual mode, so I can just hit that button, come back down. Well, it's got to finish right here. All right, so now I want to go to auto mode, okay? That's pretty cool, right? Easy to set your temperature, easy to navigate. You need to pop your temp down, need to pop it up, doesn't matter. It does it all for you. How's a counter reset? So you can reset your counter. I think to reset my counter, I got to go back to home base over there. Yeah, pretty cool heat press, right? Let's put a transfer on because why not, right? Why not put a transfer on and let everybody see transfer printing? These transfers, by the way, were printed on the Uninet 6000s right here. And great printers, getting them all calibrated. It's finally finished. That's the hardest thing about these printers is just getting them calibrated. So if you have to go print something, that has small little lines of white behind the color, you want a calibrated printer, right? So you can't see. Somehow I messed me laser lights up. That's pretty cool if you can see the laser lights, right? And the reason I'm printing a hoodie is because to keep the climate controlled in here, we have it very cold, and some of my medicines that I'm on make me already very cold. And any cancer fighter that you talk to, they'll tell you we're freezing our asses off all the time. It's nonstop, cold everywhere we go. It's cold. I like this. To me, I can walk around it fine. This is what I find so cool because when you're in the operation like I am for heavy volume of printing and pressing, I mean, 1 to 2,000 shirts a shift is nothing for us because we have multiple people running the presses, running the printers. And sometimes I lose visual sight of my shirt, what I mean, the center line, the x axis and y axis. And even if there are, laser lines on it like we have here, I and you, whoever's working, will still lose sight of X and Y. So you can kind of just come right back here, look at your shirt and say, well, level's going to be probably right there. I would be safe to say that's perfect. Um, yeah, because the building's going straight up. The buildings right here are the key point. So if I'm wearing a hoodie, that's my really go-to point, right? You don't want something like that being crooked ever because somebody will return it. And I know, give or take, my point is right there. They will return these things on us. It's just what people do, and a lot of people just they demand perfection. Especially in this print on demand business, you make one mistake that is noticeable, and you have an order of like 16 shirts because one of them are crooked, a customer will reverse the entire 16 shirt order. What are you going to do, right? But that's so good because you can do a lot of volume rather than swinging and pulling. You need to be able to use your body um, in the least amount of ways so that you don't injure yourself. And look, let's take a walk over here. Um, I am running out of room up here very quickly. It is quite alarming. Um, and of course, we're going to go to Calypso in the back in the future. But, if you've got to do this right here 1,000 times a day, 1,000 times a day, your arms are going to blow out. You can't do it. I've done 250 shirts nonstop, 500 shirts in a day, and this is just not the way to do it anymore. The t-shirt industry has evolved. DTF is so easy to adhere. You can use a hand iron. It doesn't take much to run DTF transfers. Very, very soft transfers. Now, you have two things that you can do. You can take your heat press, push it straight down. You can even, without anything on there, you can put a cover sheet on your hoodie. You can put a seal sheet, whatever you're using. But this was done at only 5 seconds. That's all you need. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. All right, there you go. So if you have to do high volume of printing like I do, then you have to have automatic heat presses. It's no longer, you know, you got to have the best press in the industry because you don't. You don't need the best press in the industry. You don't have to go buy a Stahls swing away. You don't have to even go buy an Insta 256. You could buy this for $2,000. Oh, did I also tell you it operates on 110 power and all you need is an air compressor? Of course, not every shop is going to have. Um, I'm warm now. It's summertime. In the summertime when the weather is hot, you got girls on your mind. Um, yeah, so sure is a nice image, right? It's a beautifully printed image. $2,000. You get a press that can run on 110 power. You see, here's the power right there, going straight into a 110 socket. It's all you need, everybody. Why do you need more? What can there be that's more? I mean, what can the press already do? You got dual temperatures. I can go 10 here, 5 here. I can go 10 here, 20 here. Good enough for me, right? And so with two of them, it increases production for any business, that's needing to crank out like 80 shirts an hour. And that's slow in many cases because watch, with today's transfers, you only need 3 seconds. So let's take a look at this. 3 seconds, all right? Come over, our shirts down, printing the transfer. Got my second shirt laid here. That's going to press, rip my transfer off, take my shirt, load my next one, take my transfer off, load my shirt. That one's done. Load another shirt. You got 1,000 shirts to do. Staff pulls the shirt off. Boom. Staff puts another shirt on. Transfers on. Staff takes this shirt out away, puts another one down, loads the transfer onto the shirt, comes back, and you know what you didn't do? You didn't break your back. You didn't throw your lower back out. You're printing shirts. Now you can go and charge people $8.50, $9 a shirt. And the reason being is that you can do 3 times the volume with that This costs $2,750. So 27 plus 27, right? Think about that. What's that? Almost like $6,400. I mean, what's the purpose? Why for $6,400, right? I could have went like, all right, $6,400. I can go buy that for 2,000, 4,000, and I still keep $2,400. So you need that additional $2,400 in your life because these girls today, they're expensive to break a man's back. So you got to work smarter and leverage your body, right? Because there's no point in hurting yourself. And also, these things come on wheels. So they become a moving heat press. All I have to do for me in my shop is say, okay, I want to work over here. Just move my airline right here. I got 2 airlines right there and 3 airlines. 4. I have 4 lines of air coming down, and I can always run extensions out of the lines. So, it works the same as this one here. When we get slammed, those tables are coming around. So we've got 1, 2, 3 stations, giving us the capacity to do, like, I guess if I'm doing shirts that quick, it's about a 10-second load. So I could do 60 shirts an hour there, 60, 180. Oh man, my back. 60, 120, 180. It's a very good purchase, if you have to do the volume. So, that's all I wanted to talk about, everybody. Thanks for hanging on. Just want to remind you, I print transfers. If you need transfers, reach out. If you're in the Boston market and you need DTF transfers, keep the money local, right? Come see me, get your transfers printed. We do UV DTF transfers, screen print transfers, everything. And if you're local, you don't pay shipping. And my prices are better than what you're going to find online for transfers. I'd love to print your transfers. But I'll be so damn busy printing, just to let you know, I'm already at max capacity. And much of my business is turned into same day printing. Isn't it interesting how much of the business has changed to this same day type mentality, next day? Just kind of blows me away. So that's all I had to talk about, everybody. Just 2 industrial heat presses that can work for, the 3 DTF printers that I have running up here. And we have 7 more to go to set up and install. And so I'm waiting on more, work from the electrician to come here. But he's got to hook my dryers up and stuff. So this is a very cool heat press. You can find it on Amazon or different retailers. Automatic, on wheels. It's a very good heat press. You can't get them on Amazon. I got about 20 of them. So 9 are here, and I have the different or the alternative ones coming by truck from California. So there you go. That's a roundup of these dual station heat presses. In my mind, it's like out with the old, in with the new, because for the last 7 years I've broken my damn back on these things, these heat presses. Just so much. They're monsters. What's up, big boss? Gone are the days of the Insta press. Of course, I still think they're the best heat press for doing things like white toner, printing things like white toner on acrylic or wood or something like that, they're great heat presses. But being that these are flat heat presses now, you probably could do everything on the Oki that, or sorry, the Uninet, or if you have an Oki or a Creo, you could do everything on this heat press that could run your white toner. You know, so as you're using a white toner, think about it, right? You have the production availability now to just haul ass on your transfers because you're not stuck with one press. So if I got to go like, what do we do those for, a minute now? Now I can sit here, peel my transfer, right? At the same time, board my shirt, get it ready to go, and I'm still working over here for another 20 seconds. So in my opinion, these are great, great heat presses. I just can't believe how affordable they are. It's like mind-numbing to me. Tomorrow I'll be installing the Uninet forehead. I got everything ready to go, and we're just going to do a cleaning over here. We have everything ready to go set up in the Uninet forehead system, which means I'll take the next 2 days installing the ink. Tomorrow I power it on again. Every time prior to powering on, you need to disconnect all your heads and just make sure that when you do power it on the first time that everything turns on fine. You don't have any flashing red lights on the board. But yeah, this baby is ready to go, ready to make us that money. And we'll fill it up just like we did with this one and get it to the proper station. Now, the electrician will be here we have 2 of these dryers. So the electrician will be here to install this right here, create a cord for it so I can plug it in. Then I'll move this one over here. And in the daytime, I'm probably going extreme, but when the staff is working here and they're powdering, they're in face masks, they're wearing goggles and gloves, getting all mad at me. But I laugh about it. You know, I just run the network of the printers and the oversight of the operation. So that's about it, everybody. A quick little rundown. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, I've got many, many things to show you. We are one of the largest print shops in the United States of America with, very, very large industrial indigos. Take you down here, just give you a walkthrough of my white toner department, my envelope printing department. It's a lot of work. Give you an idea what I work with every day. So you got white toners here, envelope printers. We have 8 stations of envelope printing. We have our indigos that just fire up like crazy all day long. Another indigo. These are indigo 15,000s. And though they say 12,000, they were upgraded to 15,000s. And over here's our binding. You know, we thicken paper by binding them together. I can't show you a lot because it's, sensitivity printing. But these are our foil machines. And, within the foil machines is a very, very cool, see like kind of the foil stamping that's done there. And in the daytime, it makes a humming noise, just pow, pow, every time the press closes down. Back here's the Heidelberg department. And the Heidelberg department is offset printing. Some more Heidelbergs that run throughout the day. It's a lot happening here. Like literally, it's so cool. And then we have the additional um, HP Indigo room. And the HP Indigos, everybody, is where I'm about to start making our HP to screen print transfers. It's a lot like the Supacolor transfers or what they call the Insta 256 digital hybrid transfers. So we'll do the CMYK on the Indigo, and then we back that to screen printing. So it makes the softest transfer feel in the entire market. It's what, everybody was hoping that DTF would get close to. I didn't read that. Let me see what that said. So the earth is not flat, Southern. I was disproven in 2017, actually. You can go back and watch my video on this channel called Confessions of a Former Flat Earther. And that's why I don't make those videos anymore. And, it wasn't very profitable for my time. I am thankful that 2014, well, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I learned how to print t-shirts for a living. Nobody would print my anti-abortion shirts or flat earth shirts back in 2012, 13, 14, so I had to do it myself. So all things work together for the good, right? Because now we're one of the largest print shops in the United States of America. So I didn't show you the screen printing department down there, everybody. I did not show you my UV printing department. Maybe you can see it from here. Yeah, I guess you can. So way back over there, see that machine right there, that flatbed? No, I'm not I don't think we live on a globe, my friend. So you go right over there, there's my screen printer. So yeah, it's very, very rapidly changing business in this industry because things just get easier to operate. And wrapping up the video, I think this is a great heat press. I ended up, getting 20 of these because they're only $2,000 a piece. So many things you can do. Of course, it makes it a little tough when you're in auto mode, but I'm going to shut that down. Just wanted to run that video for you all and show you that that is a very good heat press for the small amount of shekels that you end up having to pay. And you get two presses for the price of one. Well, two stations anyway. So if you need to print a lot of shirts, get one of those. But back to that point, Southern, I still print a lot of, where do we live shirts, if you will. What's the shape of the earth? All right. So peace out, everybody. God bless you. The next time I think I'll come back will be when the forehead printer's running, or unless I come up with some brilliant idea. Everything is set on this print head or printer right here, ready to go. The board's installed, the heads are installed. I'll just go fill up the ink when I'm ready to ink her up, which will be tomorrow because I've got about 2,000 transfers that I have to print on top of what's here. And so that's about 2 rolls worth of print, four rolls worth of printing. And I need that forehead. All right. Take it easy. Peace out. Love you all.